Hey guys, this is Gavin Hancock. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're back with the V8 Supercar series on Forza 7. Now, I'm recording this like 2 days after my last recording session, but I'm just so excited for these last two races. I mean, we have a 2-point gap between the first two drivers in points, so I'm sorry, but I am so excited because honestly, this points battle could be absolutely amazing. And if things go right in this race, we could be, me and Connor Snelling could be neck and neck going into this next race. If one of us wins this race, that means the other one. If one of us wins this, actually, hold on. As I look at it, let's say Connor Snelling finishes last and I win the race. Hold on. First, before I do that, let me read your point standings coming into this race. First with 77 points is me. Second with 75 points is Connor Snelling. Third with 58 points is Alexa Pedersen. Fourth with 57 points is Barrett Sims. Fifth with 55 points is Langdon Pagani. Sixth with 54 points is Kristen Sato. Seventh with 53 points is Corey Floyd. Eighth with 50 points. Ninth with 49 points is Angus Morris. 10th with 47 points. And 10th with 47 points is Oswald Snelling. 11th with 45 points is Daria Snelling. And last with 44 points is Kurt Elliott. So I am going to say this now, unless y'all tell me otherwise, which usually y'all don't tell me. I won't ever tell me like anything when it comes to input on a series. Unless y'all tell me otherwise, our next series will be IndyCar. So we will be going from prototype group racers to V8 Supercars to IndyCars. So our next series, unless y'all tell me different, will be IndyCar. And for those IndyCars, there are only 8. Actually, no, I think there's 9. I don't have it written down here somewhere, but it's either 8 or 9 cars. I believe it's 8. So if it is 8 cars, that means at the end of the season, after Silverstone, I will take the bottom 4 drivers in points, and they will not race in the IndyCar series, and the top 8 drivers will. And I've also I'm heavily thinking about doing a Champions Cup or a Champions Series with the open wheel legend cars, which there are 6 of. But for that to work, things are gonna have to play out well. We're gonna have to have some double champions, because I have like 8 series and 6 cars in open wheel legends. So I don't know. Things are gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, like I said, I was gonna talk about the points, the championship battle here. So let's say if I won this race, take my 77 points plus 15, I'd have 92 points, and if Connor Snelling finished last, he'd get 1 point, which makes it 76. So you do 92 minus 76. Even if Connor Snelling finished last, and if I won this race, I would still not lock up the championship. So no matter what happens, I cannot lock up this championship if I won here today and Connor finished last. So no matter what, neither of us can lock up this championship. if I win this race and Connor finishes last, I will have a 16-point lead over Connor. And that's not even taking into consideration third place or fourth place maybe having a really good day and possibly sneaking up there in the championship battle. If I win the race and Connor finishes last, and Lexa Patterson, who's third in points, if she finishes second in this race, plus 11, she'd have 69 points, which would actually, that's interesting. Because if I win this race, I think that locks the championship to just me and Connor. I don't think, if I win the race, because, look, oh my, that scared me. My screen got dark, it scared me. I don't think, just looking at the points, let me do, if I win the race, minus Alexa's 69 points that she would have if she finished second, I would have a 23-point gap. So even if I win this race, the points gap or the championship is down to me and Connor. We'd be the only two eligible going into Silverstone. So yeah. Anyways, today we are at Lime Rock. I know back here again, the race that made me be very disappointed in myself in PGR, but we are back here at Lime Rock for the Lime Rock 18. It's a 12-lap race, and now we run on the full circuit. The full circuit is pretty much the exact same thing as we ran in PGR, except we don't go through the chicane. We just go through the normal turn. So yeah, and today we are back. We are still running this paint scheme, and this will be the last time we see it in this series. Anyways, oh yeah, and this race will be run during the day. So yeah, this race. So no matter what, I can't lock up the championship, even if I won this race and Connor finished last. So leaving this race, we're still gonna have a good points battle. We're still gonna have the championship fight. So let's get into it. Looks like I'm gonna be starting in last here. It's gonna make me work for this win, for a good finish here. For those of you who were not here in the PGR, when we raced here in PGR, I made a lot of mistakes and ruined what could have been a third place finish. Or possibly even a win. I don't fully remember. Yeah, so I'm kind of wanting some redemption for this track. Let's try to get by our teammate Barrett Sims here. Alright. Oh god, alright. Oswald Snelling slowed way down. And him slowing down that much is gonna cost me. That didn't do anything to him, but it cost me a lot. Now, if I want a chance of winning this race, I gotta push this car as hard as I can go. Which is not nearly as hard as I thought I could push it. Well, this is not good at all. I want to say this now, of all the races I've done at Lime Rock, I've won like 80% of the races I do. So what y'all saw with PGR was not very common for me to just have a bad race like that. Alright, where's Connor right now? Connor is first in points. So if I finish he's first right now. So if we froze the field right now, Connor would leave this race with a 14-point lead. Actually, now that I think about it, now that I'm thinking about the points, if I win this race, Connor finishes last, which is hypothetical. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen considering how he's leading right now. But if I were to win and he were to finish last, Connor would have to win, and I would have to finish last. It'd have to be the inverse of that. Actually, if either of us wins this race, oh my god, because if he wins this race and I finish last, I have to win Silverstone, and he has to have a bad race for me to win the championship. Because when it comes to points, when it comes to finishing positions, when it comes to finishing positions and points earned, second place you get 11 points, and first place you get 17 points. Because you get the 12 points for finishing first, plus the 5 bonus points for winning the race. I'm not going to finish last again. This ain't going to happen. I'm not going to have another bad race at one of my best tracks. There we go. That's what I've been trying to get out of this car this entire time. This is At this rate, I'm gonna have to win Silverstone, and he's gonna have to. God, unless I can make a miracle happen, it's gonna be extremely hard for me to win this championship. Because, as you saw in PGR, I can run well at Silverstone. I can run well at Silverstone, no problem. But I also have to take into account that, well, Oswald or Connor is going to be racing as well. This feels like what like in NASCAR look like when it kind of has that same, a little kind of close to the same feeling as like Kevin Harvick, like battles like to make it to the Final Four this year in NASCAR. It's like every point counts. Every single point matters. I was looking at my lap times and just my position to the leader. I am the fastest car on the track right now. I'm running the fastest laps. As in the past 2 laps, I've gained 2 seconds on Connor. Gaining 2 seconds a lap is not going to be near enough to go win this race. But I think it could be enough for me to at least get a good finish. Alright, into 8th. As there's only 2 laps to go. Alright, last lap. Connor Snelling he is run away with this race. Looks like it's going to be an easy win for the youngest driver in the series, driving number 14. Alright. Dang it! I had that position, dude. God, that position was... Watch me lose this championship by 1 point. And if I do lose this championship, and if we do tie, at the end, we go to the driver with the most wins. So, I'm going to write down finishing results, and I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I am back. I've written down the finishing finishing results and point standings. So, winning this race and making it is, let me count, making it his third win of the season, tying me with 3 wins. So for the season is Connor Snelling. Second is Alexa Patterson. Third, Terrell Saunders. Fourth, Kurt Elliott. Fifth, Darius Snelling. Sixth, Kristen Sato. Seventh, me. Eighth, Langdon Pagani. Ninth, Angus Morris. 10th, Oswald Snelling. 11th, Corey Floyd. And last for today's race was Barrett Sims. So now, look at your points. And like I said at the beginning of the race, or before we started the race, there is a tight points battle there is a tight championship battle going on here. And unless you tell me otherwise, we will be doing IndyCar as our next series here on Forza 7, which I believe has only 8 cars, rather than V8 Supercars is 12. So the bottom 4 drivers, unless it's 9, then it'll be the bottom 3 drivers. But I believe it's 8. So the bottom 4 drivers after Silverstone will not be able to race in IndyCar. And so far, those 4 drivers, there's a 12th place, there's the driver in 12th, and then a 3-way tie for 9th. So I'm going to read points up, and then I'm going to talk about the 2 important stories with a little more depth. Not too much, but a little more. So 12th in points with 50 points is Oswald Snelling. In 9th with 53 points, we have Kurt Elliott, Darius Snelling, and Angus Morris. 8th with 55 points is Corey Floyd. 7th with 58 points is Barrett Sims. We have, in 5th with 60 points, we have Terrell Saunders and Langdon Pagani. 4th with 61 points is Kristen Sato. And 3rd with 69 points is Alexa Patterson. And 2nd with 83 points is me. And your new points leader with 92 points is Connor Snelling. So I'm going to talk about the bottom 4 here. So your bottom 4 drivers, and the drivers currently in the spots that will not move, that will disqualify you from racing in IndyCar, are Oswald Snelling, Kurt Elliott, Darius Snelling, and Angus Morris. And those 4 drivers were in PGR. So this would be a big blow for them, because I know it's nice to win a championship. Your main goal in this is to win a championship. But if you do win a championship, if I do go through with it, which most likely I will, unless there's some complications, you will be entered, by winning championship, you will be entered into the Champions Cup, the Champions Series, which we'll be doing on the open wheel Legends cars. So by winning that championship, you qualify yourself for the ultimate goal here, which is winning the Champions Cup. Yeah, and not being able to race in a season is just that, it's going to be that, it's going to make your life that much harder if you want to make it to the Champions Cup, because that's just a championship you can't run for. Then we have the championship battle. Connor Snelling with 92 points and me with 83 points. And as we stand, there is a 9-point gap between me and Connor Snelling. He has a 9-point lead over me, which is going to be a tight battle. Very tight battle. So let's say if I was to win, but hypothetically, if I was to win the next race, let's take my 83 points and add 17 points, I would have 100 points. If Connor finished second, take his 92 and add 11, he wins the championship by 3 points. which means, if I was to win this race, Connor Snelling would have to finish. Connor Snelling would have to finish fifth, or he'd have to finish fifth or lower for me to win the championship. That is taking into consideration that I win the race, and if he finishes fifth, we get the tiebreaker, and I would win the tiebreaker because I have more wins if I won Silverstone. But yeah, so we got a tight battle going into the championship race here. The final race, don't want to call it championship race, but going into the final race here, tight battle for the championship. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited for that, because I know I sure am. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.